Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm doing a play and review of Lightspeed Arena, which is a competitive and solo game of fast-paced spaceship combat. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So as I said, this is a solo and competitive game. I'm going to show the solo mode, but first I'll talk through the basics. So you have asteroids, you have bases for your factions. There's up to 4 players, up to 4 factions in different colors, although I think there were expansions in the original crowdfunded version that had other factions. And each of the ships has several characteristics. So first they've got their initiative number. So this guy's a 1, this one's a 2. Lower means faster. So a 1 ship will fire before a 2 ship, before a 3 ship, and so on. They also each have a number of batteries. So this one has 2, and this big 7 honking guy here has 5. And that's how much damage a ship can take before it's blown up. And also, once it's blown up, it's how many points it's worth. So if you destroy the 1 here, you get 2 points. But if you destroy the 7, you get 5. Ships can also have shields sometimes. If a beam passes through a shield before it hits them, 1 damage is subtracted from the attack coming in. And yeah, how much damage is dealt? Ships will be firing out lasers. Green lasers deal 1 point of damage, yellow deal 2, and red deal 3. And again, a shield would completely stop a green's 1 point, would take 1 point away from the red and the yellow. And your base can take 4 life. Besides that, it's just sitting there, but if it gets destroyed, it's worth 4 points because of the 4 batteries. If you keep it until the end of the battle, it gets you 4 points. Very nice. And there are also asteroids. How those work is anytime they get shot, the damage dealt, so like in this case, a red dealing 3 damage, becomes 3 minerals on that ship, which are each worth a point at the end of the game. But if the ship gets destroyed, bye-bye minerals, right? You can't mine what doesn't exist anymore. You also get 1 point every time you successfully shoot an enemy target. You can also shoot your own guys. There is friendly fire, but you don't get anything for that, obviously. And then finally, in the solo mode, you have to place the enemy ships with very specific rules. And if you mess up, they get a bunch of points. I think it's like 5 points or something. So you have to make sure that you are placing the enemies the correct way. Because how the game generally goes, at least in competitive, is you'll have the asteroids out, you'll have your bases out, and then you shuffle up your spaceships. And you'll have an app, I'll show you that in a little bit, that will tell you when to play each ship. And you just randomly draw them. Okay, so my 5. So I'll be putting my 5 down. Let's say they had their 6. And we're putting them down simultaneously. But then when the app tells us time is up, we got to go to the next one. And those ships can't be moved anymore. So it's very frenetic, trying to check your, geometry and which lines are going where. And then at the end, this is the part that's really a ton of fun, you take a picture of the playing area and the app plays out the fight, showing you all the points that were scored, keeping track of everything, and you get to see like fun little lasers shooting everywhere. It's a good time. And for the solo mode, it's a little different. I'm going to place out all of the enemy ships following the rules of the scenario I select. There's like 8 or 9 of them. I'm going to show you the first one. It's pretty straightforward and fun. And then I'll put out my ships freely, and I'm just trying to score more than the solo, although sometimes there are other constraints beyond that. All right, I zoomed out as much as I could. We might not get full coverage of everything that's going to happen, but I'll do my best. So we start out with 2 asteroids in the center, my ship near me. I'm going to be playing red, not my ship, my base. I shuffle up the solo guys, I'll be putting them out first. I shuffle out my guys to put out second. And to show you the app, looks like they have a winter theme going on right now. I'm going to click play solo, and let's see, 5. Okay, 6 scenarios so far. I overestimated. So we're doing Double Trouble, which says every enemy has to aim 1 beam at an asteroid and another beam at my base. So I'm going to lose massive points for each time I don't do that, and then I still have to win the game. Okay, and I'm going to click play, and it gives me like a little warning. Hey, the enemies are about to go. And then, here, I'll show this in a second. Then it's going to click through turns. Place the first enemy, and you see it's very fast. You can't think too hard. You just got to fulfill the requirement. Second enemy, third enemy, and then it'll pause when it's my turn, and the same thing will happen. I'm going to take this off screen and just show you the frenetic craziness. You can also touch the app to pause it. But yeah, here we go. All right, going to do this thing. So here goes. This is very fast in my experience. Boom. Okay, I want to point at yellow. Okay, that might be good. And I want to try to get greens at my base so I can block them with shields, ideally. Ooh, this guy is not going to be Denied. Oh, I can't shoot their own guys or I lose points. Oh, God, this guy's got a red and a red. Okay, we'll just deal with it. And yeah, again, I don't want them to shoot each other or badness will occur. That one should be safe. Okay, and then, oh, God. Like that. Nope, that's not going to do it. Okay, I'm going to lose points for that guy. And this one okay, like that. Oh, I'm definitely going to mess up. And okay, I sort of ran out of time, but I'll just do like this. I don't even know. Okay, there. I cheated with that last one, and I'm still not sure if I'm really aiming. So this is pretty bad. I'm definitely going to get some points. Now, I don't have to keep my base alive in this scenario. Oh, is this guy even on screen? Yeah, I'll recalibrate a bit because I don't think there's much reason for me to have my ships like way off in the nether realm. So yeah, I was saying I don't have to keep my base alive. In fact, sometimes in this scenario, I found that it's easier not to because if it gets destroyed, they just get 4 points and I don't get the 4-point bonus, but I can do whatever else I want. Yeah, all right, let's see what happens. So I'm getting ready for my placement. I'm just trying to blow things up and get points and see what happens. Okay, so I got a yellow. That'll already kill that little guy, right? Oh yeah, he's only got 1 life. And it'll get the 7 partially dead. Okay, this little plinky green. I mean, something like that seems good. As long as I don't get hit by that red, which will blow me up. Okay, big boy here. I'd like to finish off that 7. And I can tank a little bit of damage, right? Like that, maybe. Okay, and then, ooh, big man. Let's, I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Let me know if that's hitting. I might be hitting myself. You don't lose points for hitting yourself, unlike with the bot. Okay, and I got 3 left. Yeah, actually, these turns are a little bit slower than with the AI, so I don't have to be rushing as much as I am. That one looks good. I'm not really getting any minerals right now, which is not super smart. So here, let me maybe try to fix that. I can do like a red mineral here to get 3 points at minimum. And, okay, last ship. I don't know. Let's do like, is there a way to do this? Not really. Okay, let's go like, I don't know. All right, so that's it. Now, literally, the game is done. I'm just going to see the results. I think I'm going to lose horribly because I think I messed up multiple blue ships, which means I'm going to get tons of penalties. So I'm going to take a picture. Okay, and I have done so. I'm going to say use the photo. Okay, now it's going to load things up. It's pretty quick. And it's ready to go. So here, let me just clear things out of the way and get a better zoom on this. And there we go. I think I've got the glare mostly gone. So it just verifies all the stuff we're supposed to see. We could jump straight to the final score. If stuff is wrong, we can snap a new picture like if we missed a ship. But here we go. So I think it's going to go terribly. There are sound effects as well and stuff, by the way, but we're not going to do those. So, oh my gosh. What? How did I have? I really aimed that badly? Okay, well, I mean, I've already lost. This is ridiculous. Yeah, each of these is minus 5 points. Okay. Yeah, I guess now that I look, like, a lot of them were just, like, totally missing the base. So I'm gonna, yeah, this is stupid. It's, like, the most useless playthrough ever. Sorry, I should, like, narrate what's happening. So this guy shot an asteroid, so he got 2 minerals on him, and he hit my base, which, remember, 1 point for every hit you do, and you can see the 1 battery flickering. Okay, my ship got 1 point for hitting each of them and also blew up that ship, which gets me a bonus of whatever the life was. Okay, that would actually hit my base. I hit myself, which is not worth anything, but it's also not a penalty. Yeah, I did totally miss my... this is so dumb. I do usually play better than this, but I was feeling a little stressed with the real-time timer. Okay, I blocked his shot. You see how the green is kind of highlighted with the thing there. Okay, I missed with my red. Man, I just could not read lines while I was doing this. All right. I also lose this game to my... oh, good. I killed another one of them. Yeah, I lose this game to my son quite a lot, too. All right, so we're in round 7. That guy died, so we never got the chance to shoot. That's one of the big things about the initiative system. If you can blow people up, then they don't do anything to you. Oh, and they did blow up my base with the very last attack. So even my stupidity didn't stop me from losing all those bonus points. Although, ooh, I just blew up 2 of them. Still not going to be enough to make up the huge deficit I set myself in. So now it's going to count up the score. And yeah, I mean, it's just going to be silly. 2 points. That's after the minus 20 or 25. So I would have won. Great if I had had literally 3 more of them aim at my base correctly. Oh, that was embarrassing. Okay, cool. So that was Lightspeed Arena. The game is, as you can tell, incredibly fast. So what do I think about it? Well, big things are it's silly, it's frenetic, it's fast, it's stressful, it's fun. Okay, that's what you're coming to this kind of game to play for. You saw how quick the games play. Competitive is actually faster than that because even though you have more time between putting your ships down than during the solo mode, everything is simultaneous. Now, the simultaneity can be a little weird because, like, for example, I'll be putting a ship down to aim at the ship that my son's putting down, but he'll move it because I'm trying to aim at him, but I'll move it back. That's not a problem once ships are placed down because then they can't do anything about it. But yeah, you can get into a little bit of goofiness as you're like both trying to one-up each other during the simultaneous placement. And you saw sometimes it's hard to tell like where the lasers are aiming. Sometimes you just get all your stuff wrong. This is a game where you can get completely blitzed and lose horrifically, and a game where, you know, you can do really, really well. But I like the strategy. You can try to block lasers. You can try to focus on mining. You can try to focus down your attacks on certain people to get destruction. You can try to protect your base. So it is a quick kind of silly game, but it doesn't mean that there are no tactical choices to be made. There's actually quite a lot. And that gets ramped up by something I didn't show, which is that you can use these other sides of the asteroids. These add in special rules for the game, and the app automatically recognizes that they're there and factors that into the combat. Similarly, each faction has a special power. If you flip over your base to its super mode, then, for example, the red faction, their super mode is that their shields completely block damage now. Doesn't matter what type it is. And the blue ships, if they've taken at least 1 damage, their attacks do double damage. So like their red laser would do 6. So fun ways to vary things up. And yeah, this one has just been a blast. My kids and I have played it. You know, we'll just throw it down and play a quick game. I've mostly done 1v1, 2-player, but you can play up to 4, which of course would be incredibly chaotic and silly. So good thing the app is there to kind of help keep track of everything, because otherwise it would be a nightmare. And speaking of the app, it works well. It makes the game flow really smoothly. It has a tutorial to teach you how to play. You can even just, like my sons and I have done this, you can just like put ships down in fun configurations, snap a picture, and see the battle. You don't have to play the full game if you don't want to. Now, it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, like it has settings, but you can't change that much stuff. So it's not like it's giving you massive options. And the solo mode, as noted, doesn't have that many scenarios yet. It's supposed to be kind of in beta and still in development, so potentially more could come. The solo mode works pretty well. It's not my preferred way to play. You know, having to put down the enemies and your allies is a little bit weird, and it is easy to mess up, as you saw, but it does have nice variety in the scenarios and things. The only thing I don't love is that there's no way to make the enemies harder. You can choose to use your powered up side and have your faction's powers, but that's basically just playing on easy mode because you can't make the opponents do anything special. And then similarly, I don't think you can use the extra asteroids. So with the limited number of scenarios, things not really changing in the scenarios, I don't think the solo mode has tons of replay. This is not a game I would necessarily buy specifically for the solo mode. But if you think you're going to play the game with some casual gamers or some really intensely competitive gamers or kids, I think all of them will love this one. It's just so fast, so furious, and so fun. Definitely a keeper for me and my family just for that goofy thrill. So that is Lightspeed Arena. Thanks for watching, everybody. And a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.